Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Elbow Nudge Podcast. This is episode 8.
It is episode 8.
And I'm here with my good friend, Caroline.
Yeah.
Caroline, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a very special episode.
It is.
For all counts of the reason.
And why is that?
One, it's the Christmas part 1 episode, because we are going to do another one. And...
We are?
Next week is Christmas! And it's on a Saturday!
We're doing this for Christmas.
Okay.
We upload on Sundays. Sunday is the week of Christmas. Because then when are we going to do the New Year's episode?
You're right. Yeah. You're right. Man, so this is the second to the last episode of the year.
It is.
Wow.
How's it been so far?
It's been pretty good. You know, this has been a very eventful week as well.
Yeah.
And a very good year.
Oh, yeah, so why is that? There's a lot of vague speaking going on. So, yeah, why is that?
Well, one of the big ones is that we're in person.
Yeah.
We're not recording through Zoom.
Yeah.
With the help of our friend Craigie. We are...
Discord. We record through Discord, not through Zoom.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. Not that it matters. Who cares how we record?
Well, with the help of our friend Craigie through Discord.
All right. Shout out to Craig.
Gosh, always shout out Craig. He helps us out. But yeah, we're in person. We're just using Audacity and a dining room table.
Don't give away all of our setup. We could have been in a fancy studio.
I could easily detail exactly the equipment we're using, and I just mentioned 2 things.
Yeah, like in a dining room table behind a dumpster and in a back alley. Look, it's theater of the mind, so we could just tell them, hey, we rented out a studio.
All right, everybody, close your eyes.
And picture this.
A $1 million studio with a giant red theater curtain.
A red carpet leads to the front door of the studio.
Yeah. And there's like a bunch of gold chain link fences, like the way you see at a movie premiere.
Like summa cum laude, gold colored.
Oh!
Gold colored.
I feel you dropping the breadcrumbs for another reason why this week is so special.
Yeah, we haven't said it yet.
Yeah, I'm graduating.
Yeah.
With my bachelor's degree.
There you go. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's put that on there because that is important.
I feel like if
we'll mark it.
That's true. We can market that. If any potential employers are listening, I am graduating with a bachelor's degree.
But she's also busy doing a podcast 1 day out of the week. So please.
Well, I mean, technically 2 days out of the week. We won't get into that part. But yeah.
I don't know why 2.
We'll talk about this off air.
All right.
But yeah, it's a very special week. We're in person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm graduating.
Mm-hmm. And
this is the Christmas episode.
Yeah.
What movie are we covering, Tony?
Let me check my notes. Miracle on 34th Street.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah.
It's a movie that neither of us have watched prior to this episode recording. I mean, we watched it before the episode.
Yeah.
But as a big Christmas enthusiast, even though I've seen many Christmas movies, I have not seen Miracle on 34th Street. And neither have you.
I haven't seen it because there's just so many Christmas movies. I don't think I can see them all.
And I think everybody has that couple, like 2 or 3 Christmas movies that they adore. And then that's it. Like they just watch those movies.
That you rewatch.
Yeah, all the time leading up to Christmas.
Yeah.
And they don't really venture out.
Let's name them off. Home Alone.
Jingle All the Way.
I was going to say Turbo Time. That's not the name of the movie.
It's called Jingle All the Way.
It is called Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, Home Alone. Home Alone 2. Lost in New York. Home Alone 3.
Home Alone 3 is good.
Yeah, and Home Alone...
I say stop right there.
Yeah,
stop
we don't talk about anything past Home Alone 3.
Yeah.
At all.
Elf.
Elf is amazing. Classic.
I don't watch it very much, but Elf is one that gets watched.
Elf is one that does get watched. The Grinch is a big one. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I wanted to do like a whole episode on the Rankin Bass, which is that claymation or stop motion of the Rudolph, the Frosty the Snowman, the Santa Claus is Coming to Town. There's like a whole smorgasbord of classic Christmas movies.
There is a lot of ideas that we have to delay to next year or possibly do bonus episodes because with our timing, this is what we were able to get done.
Yeah, that's very true.
But I like the movie we saw.
Yeah.
And I'm happy we got time to do this at least.
I think we can dive into it now. What do you think?
No, not yet. I want to talk about what we're doing here.
Oh, okay. What do you want to talk about?
Well, we're in person. I think that's a big deal.
I think it is a pretty
Anybody
big
who's
deal.
been listening from the beginning knows that I mentioned that we never met in person. And we've been recording, what do you call it? Remote.
Yeah.
Remote. This whole time.
Yeah.
So we're talking face to face now. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it?
I think there's going to be a little bit more laughs in this episode because
I'm going to be monotone.
Then I'm going to be the only giggly one this whole episode.
Yeah.
I can't contain myself.
No, but yeah, I think this is so much better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I keep looking at the audio monitor.
Yeah, to make sure you're not doing anything too loud.
I think
if you're knocking on the table, that's loud.
You just did. Look at that.
Yeah, you see? So don't knock on the table.
What if I go, ooh, look at that.
All right, now you're just playing with waveforms. That's just how sound works, Caroline.
Yeah, but it's fascinating in motion.
But now I don't have to look at this anymore. I don't have to look at a computer screen, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's very true. I don't have to look at a little bubble on Discord that keeps glowing green.
Or just like stare off into the wall while I'm listening.
Well, I hope you're not.
Or sometimes I just listen like this. Like, they don't know. Hold on. Sometimes I listen like this.
Okay, everybody, imagine.
Oh, you're gonna describe it?
I'll narrate. Imagine Tony with furrowed brows, looking very intent, but also eyes closed. His finger is resting on his temple as he leans on his whole arm, and it is also placed on the table. Like the thinker, but sitting down.
That's a good description.
Thank you. I'm glad you think so.
Sometimes I need to focus in on the listening. Just close your eyes and hone in on that.
I have a problem of spacing out, but looking forward, so people think I'm staring at them. And I space out continuously whenever we're like recording.
Yeah.
Because I'm focusing on the words, but I'm looking straight. So I'll just
I do that a lot. Yeah, Shay caught me doing that like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I could stare at nothing, but I'm really in my mind.
Thinking about everything.
Or not even stare at nothing. Like, I could stare at someone and not realize that I'm staring at somebody and just be spaced out.
That happens to me so many times.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen this time because we're looking at each other.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see. I still might look away occasionally to think about things.
That's more for dramatic effect.
So what's this movie about, Caroline?
I guess we've done talk about that.
Yeah.
This movie is about, first it's set in New York. It's kind of your old stomping grounds, isn't it?
Yeah, we've covered a couple movies in New York.
Yeah, we have. We got a Bronx Tale in here.
You can't really avoid it.
No, you really can't.
It's really popular.
You know, now that I know that bodegas exist and gas stations, it's a whole new world for me in New York.
We've come a long way.
Yeah, we have. I've been very much educated in this aspect. But Miracle on 34th Street starts on Thanksgiving, your favorite holiday. And
it goes, yeah, that's a long time, actually. I just thought about that. Starts on Thanksgiving, goes all the way through to New Year, to Christmas Day.
Yeah, Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And you want me to give the synopsis now?
However you choose, yes.
Okay. I need a...
Are you going to read it or are you going to say...
No, I don't have like a long list. It's a very short notepad.
No, but... Oh, okay. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So... Miracle on 34th Street starts on a Thanksgiving Day parade. This company is called Kohl's, and it's kind of like Macy's, which, side note, fun fact, this movie, by the way, I do need to mention this beforehand before we really get into it. There are two movies of this, Miracle on 34th Street. Mm-hmm. There's a 1947 and a 1994.
Oh, I might have to write that then.
Yeah. And we saw the 94 with Richard Attenborough and Dylan McDermott. And
little Matilda.
What's her name? Maura Wilson?
Yeah, Maura Wilson.
Maura Wilson. I got it right. Okay, cool. So yeah, we saw the 90s version. And Macy's was approached with having their name be used instead of Kohl's.
Oh, really?
But they declined.
They could have had an easy sponsorship, is that what you're saying?
Easy.
Or just advertisement, I guess they didn't want to sponsor.
They were literally approached with saying, can we use Macy's in this movie? And the company is not even framed in a negative light. They're just like a company.
They're a good company.
And they even say, like, we want to tell people we care. We want to tell people that
Santa's real.
Santa Claus is real and we care about Christmas.
Yeah.
And Macy's is like, nah.
And we would recommend you to go to a different store if the price is right.
Maybe that's why they didn't want to be associated with it.
You think they read the script? I don't think they have
maybe
that option.
They must have at least read the premise.
Yeah, but then that specific detail of Santa redirecting people to other stores, I don't think they would have known that.
That's true.
But that makes me feel even better because I called it as soon as I saw a parade. I'm like, oh, is that the Macy's? Well, I said Macy's.
You did
Macy's Day Parade.
You said Macy's Day Parade,
Yeah.
but you were on the nose with Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah.
And so this company is very much based off of Macy's. It's called Kohl's. And the movie starts on Thanksgiving, where the Santa Claus, even though, I don't know, we talked about this when we were watching the movie, but I don't think the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade features a lot of Christmas booths. I think they feature a lot of, like, characters. I've seen a Sonic the Hedgehog, a Mario, like Snoopy.
Yeah.
I don't think they have, like, overtly Christmas
What's that cartoon
booths.
Again? Where Snoopy's from? Charlie Brown.
Yeah, Peanuts.
Right. Oh, okay.
But yeah, Charlie Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, you see him a lot.
You see him a lot. And, but they don't have like an overtly Christmas parade. However, in this movie, for plot purposes, it is an overtly Christmas parade in which there is a Santa Claus that is hired. Meanwhile, this very mysterious, strange, but kind old man named Kris Kringle happens to be walking down the road, and he sees that the Santa Claus, or the guy that is going to play Santa Claus in this Kohl's Day parade, is, getting hammered and not representing Santa Claus.
He's drinking on the job.
Yeah. He's drinking on the job, and he's not representing Santa Claus the way Santa Claus should be represented. So Mr. Kringle, Kris Kringle, gets very upset and confronts him. But this guy, he's like, whatever, punk, get like buzz off kind of thing. And gets on the sled, but the sled tips back, shenanigans ensues. They need a new Santa. So we get this woman named Dory, Wilson?
Ooh,
Dory, anyway.
Dory, yeah.
Her name is Dory. And Dory is the manager of...
Director of Operations.
Director of Operations. I thought it was special events.
It could be special events.
I wrote it down. Director of Special Events.
Okay.
So Dory is the Director of Special Events for Kohl's. So she's in charge of the big events, as does her job title entail. And so she sees that this guy, Mr. Kringle, who was getting after this Santa Claus, is like, hey, you know what? You're like the perfect fit for Santa. So why don't you be our Santa? And so he's Santa in the parade. He does such a great job, beloved guy, that they now hire him to be the Santa at Kohl's. That way, I just realized I was like going...
yeah, I wasn't going to tell you. I was hoping you would naturally put it down. But you're like shaking things around.
I talk with my hands. I don't know if you've noticed that. And yeah. So he gets hired to be Santa at Kohl's.
And you talk with water bottles. But yeah, go ahead.
I do talk with water bottles and objects and whatever is near me. And he's Santa at Kohl's. Amazing job. We get introduced to Susan Wilson, who is played by Maura. I feel like I'm just combining Maura Wilson's name with everybody else's. Anyway, Susan, aka Matilda, aka Maura. She is a little girl, and she doesn't believe in Santa Claus. And her mom is Dory, the Director of Special Events, who teaches her not to believe in Santa Claus. And so she sees all these kids meeting Santa, and it's just like, it's okay. My mom told me you're not real. It's all right. You don't have to pretend in front of me. But this guy is the legitimate Santa Claus, and he has a great disposition and talks to her really nicely and is just kind of like, okay, well, but I am Santa Claus kind of thing, but very nice. And then we get also introduced to this character named Brian. Brian is friend?
Yeah.
Boyfriend?
/ babysitter.
Babysitter.
/ guy who's just waiting around to be
top dono to Dory's Twitch stream.
Yeah.
So we have Brian. Brian's a good guy though. Good guy Brian.
Yeah.
And he is a believer in Santa. And is trying to help Dory, Susan, and Mr. Kringle. So this movie starts off with a very simple premise of just a Santa working a mall Santa, but it turns out he's the real Santa, and it quickly evolves into this whole courtroom scene where the rival company of Kohl's is trying to get rid of this new Santa Claus that's making Kohl's popular. So they frame him for this assault case. And then when this Santa Claus, the actual Santa Claus, gets arrested, he pleads insanity. And Brian is like, no, we're going to fight for your good name. We're going to prove you're innocent. And we're going to prove that you are Santa Claus. And then we get taken into this courtroom where it's like the case for Santa kind of thing.
Yeah, I would say it's as simple as that. Just literally the movie is about the real Santa Claus getting to play Santa Claus. And he eventually
proves?
Gets Oh, well, that's a goal, right? He has to prove he's Santa.
Yeah.
Which is something we have to get into.
Oh, I was hoping we didn't.
Didn't what?
I don't believe in Santa Claus.
No, not that. I was going to say the way the movie ended.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to get all like...
First of all, Santa's real, okay? So if there's any kids listening...
I disagree.
Look, if the little ears are listening... I'm kidding.
Is he though?
This is what I really wanted to get into. Okay. Let's just jump to we'll jump around, okay? This is another jump around.
As we always do. This is an elbow nudge trait.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, before we do jump around, I need to remind everybody that to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and if you're listening to us on your favorite podcasting platform, do a favor, hit a follow. That would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. So I want to say, we'll start from the beginning, okay? So... yeah, that's the premise, right? So Santa, this is a real Santa in the movie.
Yeah.
And he's just hanging out in New York for some reason. Uh-huh. And then he catches a fake Santa, drunk on the job. Mm. He takes his place. He's teaching him how to be Santa, actually. He's teaching him how to ride the sleigh and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But once he sees him drinking, he kind of gets upset at him, and then he gets a chance to take over because Dory's there. She's in charge of that. Blah blah blah. And then we fast forward because he's doing such a good job for Kohl's, not Macy's, Kohl's.
For Kohl's?
Yeah. That, he's doing great. He's bringing in a lot of business, and he's just being himself. And people love that about him. So, yeah, the competing store, what is it, Express?
Shoppers Express.
They're like, we got to either hire this guy or take him out. Because he's hurting our sales.
The way you said, take him out.
He's hurting our sales. Yeah.
Take him out.
So they get in contact with this fraud Santa who was drinking earlier in the movie.
The guy that he replaced.
Yeah, and then he confronts him on the street, and he basically antagonizes him until he forces Kris Kringle to lift his cane at him and
give him a good whack.
And then almost hit him.
Oh, that's right.
But he catches it, he doesn't really hit him.
No.
He catches it and he pretends to get hit and lay on the floor.
He clearly didn't intend to hit him hard enough if it was just able to be
he just wanted to give him an old grandpa knock over the head.
A little stop that.
Yeah.
Get some help.
But yeah, they were able to pull it off and make it look like he assaulted a man on the street. So Kris Kringle's reputation is done.
Yeah.
And he's in jail.
Yeah.
He's being held, he's being held in
I guess a holding cell?
Yeah, a holding cell.
He's not in a penitentiary or anything. He's just in a holding cell.
But
book him.
So we go through all that, right? And the whole goal of this movie is for him he's trying to convince people that he's real. He's trying to find out who believes in him and who doesn't. And not just him, also he wants people to believe in hope and kindness.
He's not so much concerned about Santa itself or the name that is Santa. He's more concerned about the emotions that are behind the belief in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants people to hold on to that childhood feeling of
love and Christmas.
Yeah, the spirit of Christmas.
Yeah, I have his quote that I had to write down because it was really memorable.
Right. Speak it.
Okay. He says, "I'm not just a whimsical figure who wears a charming suit and affects a jolly demeanor. I'm a symbol of the human ability to be able to suppress the selfish and hateful tendencies that rule the major part of our lives. If you can't believe, if you can't accept anything on faith, then you're doomed for a life dominated by doubt." That's some deep stuff.
He said a lot with a little.
Yeah, I did.
He said a lot.
Yeah, I did.
What did you think about that?
I got chills, even just reading it back. Yeah. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Faith and doubt.
Opposites, oil and water. I liked a lot of what this movie represented. I think part part of the whole concept around Christmas and everything too is, I think it's been said so many times in my family and just by friends that I've lost count. Christmas is really fun when you have kids around, even if it's not your own kids, but like it'll be a cousin's or a sister's or a brother's. Like, I mean, if you see kids opening presents on Christmas, that's the most joy that will ever be experienced in your life. And then there's something so pure and innocent about Christmas. And this movie does really well to first, like, to talk about that, to protect that, and to cherish that feeling of what Christmas is. Now, I wasn't raised believing in Santa Claus, but this movie still gave me all of the feels and emotions that, like, somebody who does believe in Santa Claus would feel. I was like, he is real! But, you know, in the movie.
I was believing in Santa for a while growing up.
You wrote letters?
I did.
Did you stay up late trying to catch him?
I did. I got a couple stories.
Did you? Oh, tell one.
Yeah. So my mom, she kept the Santa spirit alive for a while by, she would tell us, oh yeah, when you go to sleep, you know, that's when you'll see presents under the tree. Right? So I was young and I still believed Santa would come by and drop off presents. So I remember trying to stay up really late so I could catch him. Yeah. Catch him, putting trees under the present. I couldn't wait for trees in the morning.
What are we going to do with all those trees?
So I was waiting for the presents, right? So I was trying to stay up as late as I could. But I was young and late. It's probably like 11 p.m., honestly.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't stay up any later. It was hard for me. So I just knocked out. And I remember specifically, we used to have a white tree.
Oh.
This was like it wasn't a real tree. It was like plastic and the support was like metal. It looked really nice and it looked like a tree, but it was all material that you could just fold back up and put in a box, and that's the same tree that we used until, I don't know, I guess until I stopped believing in Santa. But yeah, I specifically remember that tree. It was late at night, and I remember the way it looked, just like staring at the corner of the living room where it was, because I could kind of see it from my bedroom if I left the door open, and then just going to sleep. Nothing was there, and then I wake up and there's presents
everywhere.
I'm like, how
did
this happen? Yeah, how did he do it? That was so fast. And then I have just a couple stories like that. Like, I remember it was probably Christmas Eve again, or I think it was Christmas Eve, and yeah, there was no presents under the tree yet. And then it's me and my sister, and then my dad was going to take us out somewhere. I don't remember where it was, but I remember we went out, we came back, bam, there was presents under the tree. I'm like, Mom, did you see him? I'm like, Mom, was he here? And she was all about it. She was like, yeah, I spoke to him. She was like, yeah, I spoke to him. I'm like, what was he like? This is awesome. You got to see. It was like a celebrity.
Yeah,
it was like a celebrity.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was playing along perfectly. And
she was able to hit all the questions.
Yeah, but she answered it vaguely. She could have. But I was just too excited to even
you had all these presents under the tree.
No, not like, that's suspicious. And how was he able to carry all
this? This is wrapping paper we had in our attic.
Yeah, because you could obviously tell, like, while we were gone, obviously she could set it up. But no, it was like, he was here. Yeah, you got to see him. You weren't asleep. You were able to see him while he was asleep. I thought it was really cool. But yeah, then the last one, I just remember specifically, it was already getting to that age where people stop believing in Santa.
When was that for you?
I think it was either right before 4th grade or going into 4th grade.
So like 10? I
guess so. It was a little late, and that's the important part, because people already started to stop believing.
You already had friends that were non-believers.
Yeah. And I remember hearing in school, like, people even making jokes, like, Santa's not real. Like,
no!
Yeah. But I was not buying it. I was like, they're saying that, but I totally believe.
They're just messing.
Yeah, I'm like, I still believe in him. These guys got it wrong.
I still believe.
Yeah. And this was at the time I was still in New York. I was very, very close with my cousin. Her and I, we did everything together. And then we spoke about this. I specifically remember the conversation going like, oh yeah, people are saying that he's not real.
Oh no.
But I still believe in him. And she's like, yeah, me too. I believe in him too. It's like, yeah, they just got it wrong. They don't know. They're wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. So yeah, we held on to it for a while, and I think it kind of just faded out. My mom never really said like, oh no, he's
not real.
Yeah, she just let it.
She let you come to your own conclusions naturally.
Yeah, eventually just like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. And this was about 2 years ago. So.
Cut to like you 3 years ago. Dear Santa,
I found out the truth. Why didn't you tell me? I mailed it to my mom.
And she's like, oh no.
Oh, he found out, my boy.
I wasn't there to talk him through it.
It was a family secret. We couldn't break it to you.
We had to let you come to your own conclusions when you were ready.
Yeah. I bet my mom will still have those letters too. She keeps all of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
My mom did a little spin on it. I kind of did all the fixins, but I didn't believe in Santa.
Mm-hmm.
I believed in Jesus.
Yes.
I still believe in Jesus.
How did you guys do that? Like, who gave you presents?
Jesus. we had presents under the tree that were like, to Caroline from Jesus. And so, like, what's funny was I went to a Christian school growing up, but even in Christian schools, they celebrate Santa Claus. And my mom, like, destroyed that right off the bat. Like, any seed of Santa that was ever planted in me, I think I went home and I was like, oh, Mom, I wrote a letter to Santa today. And she went, he's not real. And I was like,
yeah, cut that out.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, that's not a thing. Santa's not real. And I was just kind of like holding my letter, wanting to show it to her. And I was like, oh. But then her and my dad were like, maybe we need to give her something else. Give her the real reason for the season kind of thing.
How did you see Santa then? When you saw him in a movie or at the mall? What was he to you?
I hated him.
Really? Look at that.
Like, my mom told you the story where somebody asked me, I was like, are you believe, like, oh, you ready for Santa? And I was like, I don't believe in Santa. I celebrate the birth of Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the whole thing. I didn't believe in Santa.
So, but whenever you saw him, you were, what, getting upset?
No. I mean, like, I saw, like, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. You remember the Tim Allen movie?
Yeah,
Santa
so I'm
Claus?
thinking, like, movies, or whenever you see him
I
at the
saw
mall.
it, but I saw it as, like the way I see Rudolph. You just see it as, like, a Christmas thing. Like, oh, like, this is a character that's frequently associated with Christmas, but I know the truth.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Tooth Fairy.
Yeah. Tooth Fairy.
What was the other one that was canon for the
Easter
movie?
Bunny.
Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a funny story about that. But
yeah.
Keep going.
No, I remember, what was it? I think I wrote a letter to Jesus. And I was like, dear Jesus, I want a pony for Christmas kind of thing. And my dad...
Where did you mail it?
I think like my Sunday school teacher legit told me the address was like 777 Heaven Street.
They're going to be knocking on heaven's door?
No. It was more elaborate than that. She gave me like a legit address. It was like 777 Streets of Gold at Heaven or something. Like, she was like legit. And I was like, this has got to get to him. He knows. Yeah. He knows I want a pony. Meanwhile, my dad is like reading the letters like, how am I going to get this girl a pony?
Yeah, not getting her a pony.
There is no way she's getting a pony.
Yeah.
You know what I did get, though, is I got one of those rock ponies. You know where they like rock?
Yeah, like the cute little one
that
for
you
kids.
Like, and you sit on it and you rock.
My nephew has one. Yeah.
I technically got a pony, so...
That's true.
It counts.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you still got what you wanted then.
I did. Jesus came through.
I wanted to tell you before I forget.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Was it the Easter Bunny?
The Tooth Fairy.
Uh-huh.
The Tooth Fairy was funny.
Did you believe in the Tooth Fairy?
No. My mom told us it was a little rat.
What?
I'm not kidding.
But you live in New York. There was plenty of rats.
Exactly.
So it's
more believable. It's more believable.
Did you believe they were all tooth rats? Or was there one good rat that got all your teeth?
No, I didn't think that far ahead. I just thought there was a rat that came and took my tooth and my pillow and left me $1.
Like Master Splinter style.
Yeah, I didn't... I don't even consider rats like cute or like cute pets or anything.
Also, isn't your mom like deathly afraid of rats?
Yes.
So why would she tell you that?
I don't know why she told me that.
You gotta ask her this.
But yeah, in New York, there's lots of rats. they get in your house.
Yeah.
You know, very common to see.
Yeah.
So, but for some reason she told us, if you take, if you lose a tooth, put under your pillow, and then a rat is going to come and leave a little money for you. How
much money did you get for the tooth fairy?
It's like $1.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like $1 per tooth.
Do you know?
And not the tooth fairy, it was a rat.
Right.
It was a rat.
So the tooth rat gave you $1.
For every tooth, yeah.
You want to know who my tooth fairy was?
Jesus?
Yeah, it was Jesus.
But hold on, I didn't tell you the best part.
Oh, okay.
So since I knew that it was a rat,
okay.
I'm like, oh, well, I see rats in the kitchen all the time.
Oh, no.
So my mom's like washing dishes. I'm like, Ma, I lost a tooth. I'm going to leave it right here on the microwave to make it more convenient for the rat to come by because the rats are by here anyway.
They're so busy.
Yeah. So I'm like, Ma, let me know if the rat comes by and
leaves $1. Little rat coming by, leaves $1, takes the tooth.
Thank you, Seth.
What do you think they did with the teeth?
I have no idea. I didn't question that far.
You didn't think about it.
My mom just told me it was a rat.
You just knew teeth, money, rat. That was it.
Yeah, that was the only things I needed to know. Nothing past that. I didn't think any more of it. And you can imagine, I made it so easy on my mom. She's like, oh, okay, he's in the room now. Change it out.
He's knocked out. Let's go.
Yeah. So that's my tooth rat story.
You want to know how much money Jesus gave me for my teeth?
I'm going to say $5.
I'm going to do you better.
No, it's $20.
I got a whole $10 every tooth I lost.
Darn.
I got so many Transformers when I lost my baby teeth.
I was getting ripped off by this rat.
I'm telling you, you should have gone to Jesus.
You're right. Wow, if this isn't a better reason, I don't know what is. Wow, $10. I could have used that.
Yeah, I did. I definitely did. I did not save any of that. I would lose a tooth and get so happy. Like, oh my God, Jesus is coming with $10.
So by the end of losing all your teeth, you probably made...
I saved none of it. Like, I spent it the day I got it.
Oh, all right.
That's why I have like 20 Transformers.
I was just gonna estimate how many teeth we lose and then do the math from there. I don't want to though.
I lost all of my baby teeth by the time I was like 11. So I was pretty well off.
What would you say? You would have made over $100.
Yeah, definitely. I have more than 10 teeth.
$200. Did you have more than 20 teeth?
I do have all of my teeth.
Okay.
So.
And how much is it? 32 or?
I don't know how many teeth we have.
I thought it was supposed to be like 30 or something.
Am I supposed to Google this?
Maybe. Or I'm gonna have to edit this out.
I don't know. This is pretty relevant to the conversation.
I think it's 32.
How many? Hang on.
Let me start counting with my tongue.
How many teeth do humans have? Are you ready for the answer?
Yeah, it's like 30, right?
It's 32.
Ooh.
You were right on the money.
With the Thanksgiving Day parade as well.
Yep. You're on a roll. You're on a roll.
All right, so you would have made $320.
I did.
Baby
teeth.
The molars.
I don't think your molars are baby teeth, right?
So that's 4 down.
Your molars and I still have like my wisdom teeth, but I don't know if wisdom teeth are in the mix.
Anyways, yeah, you would have been rolling the dough. If you saved it all and invested in Apple.
If I invested in Tesla. Yeah. If only
you thought it had that far.
Bitcoin. But the early 2000s just didn't have that kind of economy. That was the Bush administration.
Oh well, what can you do now?
What can you do?
But back to the movie. You know what I didn't mention? I gotta tie this up because I didn't mention.
Okay.
The whole reason why I was talking about, the story beats and whatever, and when I said, oh, that's something we have to get into.
Yeah.
The ending. I thought the ending was strange because at least I was expecting a Santa on a sleigh riding on a sleigh with reindeers.
With a little ho ho ho.
I thought he was going to give undeniable proof that he was Santa and be flying through Times Square. And be ho, 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 Merry Christmas.
Look at that. You should be Santa.
I should have said Merry Christmas at the start of the podcast.
Oh, that would have been a great way.
I'll edit it in.
Yeah.
I'll edit in this one.
We'll say
Merry Christmas, everybody. And I'll put that in the beginning.
From the Elbow Nudge podcast.
You know I'm not moving that, right?
Oh.
Right there. It is what it is.
We're just going to upload this as is.
No, there's gonna be some editing.
Okay, good.
I mean, we did the whole warm up in the beginning that we have to take out. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's easy though.
But yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was gonna be a grand finale of him flying through New York, going ho ho ho, ringing a bell, ding 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 ding, ding. And then everybody like, whoa,
there he is.
Yeah, and then little Matilda / Susan is like, I knew
he knows my name.
Yeah, he is real. But I don't know if that was just me.
So I was thinking about that because at the end of the movie, I thought the same thing. However, I think they didn't want to end it that way because they wanted you to make up your own mind the same way they were trying to convince everybody in that courtroom and New York to make up their own mind.
Yeah, that's true. And that's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
Because technically he doesn't do anything that proves that he's Santa. Yeah. He just says he's Santa.
He gives a lot of really inspiring speeches about Christmas.
Yeah.
And, he talks to reindeer.
Yeah. But he doesn't do anything magical. He doesn't do anything, he's not flying.
He has a really roundabout way of doing it, too. I like that they kind of don't put Santa as just like an instant wish maker. Because Matilda. She's going to be Matilda for the duration of the podcast. But we're talking about...
I'll stick to Susan / Matilda.
This is going to be like another Bronx Tale where we have C and Calogero.
Yep. It'll be just like that, yeah.
Okay. So we got Matilda. Uh-huh. And, she asks for a baby brother, a house.
A dog.
A dog and a dad.
A dad.
So she's got this wish list. And I like that they don't make him kind of like this Fairly Odd Parent where it's just like, boom, presto.
Yeah.
You got it. But it's more, he's like thinking like, okay, how can I make this come true?
Yeah.
And even like with those kids where they're like, I want this Patty Pollywalk. And he says like, oh, and like he's like, you'll get one for Christmas. And the mom is like, how can I get one? And he goes, go down the street and go next door. It's on sale for $50 with a 5% rebate. He is a smart Santa. He's not like an instant poof.
Yeah. That's what makes this movie very interesting. Because, there's no magical cues that he made anything just
happen.
Yeah, just appear out of thin air. He doesn't do anything Santa related. He just says that he's Santa. That's so interesting. Yeah. So you literally could end the movie. At the end of the movie, you could think, that wasn't Santa.
You could.
Like, you could just literally still doubt him. Like, that's not...
There's a scene Santa. Where he's talking to the reindeer, and he's like, can you believe it? I'm working at Kohl's. And, like, the scene is framed where I thought for a split second that he was, like, talking into a portal where it's like, I don't know, Mrs. Claus and some elves.
You thought he was talking to a portal.
Just like, I've seen some sci-fi or some fantasy where it's like a portal of water. I just saw Enchanted the other day, and the way that the villain and the henchman communicate is through like water. So they'll look into like a glass of water and it's a portal, and that's how they communicate. I thought it was something along that line where he's communicating back home to the North Pole, and we would see like Mrs. Claus like, okay, you're having fun, but get home. Christmas Eve is coming up. This isn't time for you to be gallivanting off. But no, they don't do that. The camera just switches and it's a reindeer. He's petting a reindeer. So there is a case for there being no Santa. Yeah,
there is a case for him just being a crazy old man.
A nice crazy old man.
A nice, inspirational, caring, kind, lovable.
This is the most adjectives I've seen you use.
Old man.
Yeah.
But that's what makes this movie really cool.
It is. It's the case for Santa.
Do you believe he's in movie Santa? Do you believe he's Santa?
We're talking about in movie.
Yeah, that's why I said in movie Santa. Do you believe he's Santa?
Yeah.
In the 34th Street universe.
In the 34 verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I want to believe too.
You want to?
Yeah, I want to, yeah.
Well,
I did. Throughout the whole movie, I did.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, you're disrespecting Santa.
Like, that's literally...
Santa.
I was like, that's literally Santa Claus. How could you talk to him that way?
Yeah.
I was a believer the whole way.
Oh, but you know what? He could still be a crazy old man. But he did have a very fancy Santa suit. He said, I'm using mine.
This is my Santa suit.
And it's gold buttons.
With the and then the buttons have like the reindeer inscribed on them.
The reindeer names.
He's got that fancy belt buckle.
Yeah.
He's got that cloak, that cape.
So he could have easily ordered that on Etsy.
In 94?
But I know what I said. But yeah, that's the closest we come to any proof that he's Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any reason he wouldn't be Santa. The only one that if I think about it too hard, it's like, why was he staying at that senior citizen home?
Yeah, they don't really explain anything outside of that.
How did he get there?
How long has he been in New York? Does he stay in New York in the off season or something? Or?
And how is it the off season if it's already December?
Yeah.
You would think.
Well, it was November.
November.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Why was he in New York in November? Does he like to see the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Yeah.
The Kohl's Thanksgiving
Day Parade. Yeah, I assume so.
Maybe. Why would he? Maybe he just got a room at the senior citizen home while he worked at Kohl's?
Yeah, I guess he could stay there at a cheaper price or free. I really don't know.
The thing is like, he didn't necessarily... You don't know if he's lying on his resume? Application?
Oh, yeah. He says he's like...
He put Kris Kringle, age unknown.
Yeah.
But his residency is North
Location,
Pole.
North Pole.
His references are all the reindeer.
His age is like infinite.
Unknown.
Yeah.
Too long to count.
Yeah.
And then, whenever they were talking about the history of Santa Claus, he was able to recall all of that with clarity.
That's true.
They were like, oh, he used to go by St. Nicholas, and then...
Kris Kringle.
And then, like, they talked about how the Catholic Church acknowledged St. Nicholas, and he was like, oh, yeah, they did that.
Yeah. But still, all that, he could just be read up on Santa lore. He probably saw, like,
He's part of the Santaverse.
He probably saw a video essay on YouTube of Santa...
About Santa Claus?
Santa lore, yeah. In 1994.
In 1994.
Yeah.
Where there is no Wikipedia.
No Wikipedia.
No Google.
No smartphones.
Nope. No YouTube.
So you went to your local library and started digging in.
Local New York library.
And they have a good one.
They do?
Yeah. Yeah, they have a very nice one. And you could use Libby with that one. They let you get a library from wherever you're at.
Oh.
Yeah, you just got to pay some yearly rate, but the fact that you could get a library from a different state and not have to be a resident there is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah. But that's a big plus for the movie for me. I wanted to end it with a big, the ho 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 down the streets in New York.
Ho, ho,
but
ho.
It is cool that they leave it open-ended like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to talk about Dory and Brian.
I love Brian.
Right.
I love Brian so much.
Right. So, yeah, Dory, we said she's a director of special events.
Yes.
Right. And Brian is a lawyer.
A lawyer.
But
God-fearing, Santa-believing, child-loving. Yeah. God-fearing, Santa-believing, child-loving, and taking care of lawyer.
Quick to propose.
Lawyer. Friend-zoned.
Yeah.
Lawyer.
Forever friend-zoned. Forever until Christmas friend-zoned.
Yeah.
Lawyer. Yeah, they had a very, very odd relationship that I still can't figure out.
We were trying to decipher how they were even flirting at the beginning because they were just kind of asking each other questions.
They're like, hey, so you took care of my daughter?
I don't know, did I?
Yeah, she's watching TV. Well, all right. I'll pick her up. Are you going to watch a parade later? Yeah, and I'm going to like it too. All right.
You want to come over for Thanksgiving?
Sure. I don't like to cook.
I already made the turkey.
But no, I found it weird because he babysits
her daughter.
Yeah, Susan / Matilda.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know how long he's been doing this.
I mean, they're neighbors. They live in the same apartment complex, but across the hall.
Yeah, but I feel like it's been years.
I feel like it has been too.
I think it's been years.
Well, I think we can judge it by not as long, because I feel like once it goes longer than a year, she started calling him Brian in the movie, because they were like, she was like, okay, bye, Brian, and her mom was like, Mr. I don't know his last name, Mr. Lawyer, and
it starts with a B.
Yeah, Brian, Bread,
Benedict,
Terry. Benedict?
Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, so they were still in that
area of where she wasn't calling him by his first name until the movie.
Yeah.
So that couldn't have been too long, Because I feel like after a certain amount of time, which is not longer than a year, a kid's going to start calling you by your first name.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's in that halfway point of long but not too long.
Bedford?
I think it is Bedford. That sounds familiar.
Maybe.
But we'll just call him Brian.
Yeah.
So they've known each other for a good amount of time to where the kid's already comfortable with him.
Yeah.
And he's a Santa believer. She's not a Santa believer. Mm-mm. She's a pretty...
She's a little Caroline. Hair and everything.
Wait, are you talking about the mother or the daughter?
The daughter.
Yeah.
She's a little Caroline.
Yeah, she is a little me.
Yeah.
She looks like me as a kid.
Yeah. I saw the hair. Yeah.
You see the photos.
Uh-huh. Photo.
Yeah, you're looking at one.
Yeah. Yeah. I also gotta say, her acting was great.
She's the best actor in the whole movie.
Yeah, like really good.
She carried the whole movie.
Yeah.
She has an adorable little lisp that when she talks.
I know, I never realized that.
Yeah, she's like...
You think 2 years later she got rid of it in Matilda? Or I haven't seen Matilda in a while and she had a lisp?
I haven't seen Matilda in a while. But I can't remember if she had a lisp or not. But in this one it was pretty prevalent.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm going to bed uncharacteristically early.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I also felt like she had a very, like, I don't know. She was speaking in a way where I feel like it was nasally, but I don't think she's naturally nasally.
Yeah. Maybe they were trying to give her a younger look, even though she's already, like, she must be 7 or 8 in this film.
Yeah. But yeah, just the scene where they get Kris Kringle to babysit her, and then she's sitting in bed, and then when she's saying, like, it's okay, I know I'm not going to get this gift. And she wants a family. That's what she's asking for. She's like, it's okay, I know I'm not going to get it. And then it's like, dang. Is she acting or just... Is this what's going on in her real life?
Is this like more... Somebody needs to call Maura Wilson's mom.
Yeah.
Check on her.
Okay. Yeah, she's doing okay.
Yeah, because that poor kid, she just wanted stability.
She wanted...
her mom to be happy?
Yeah, I think just more love in her life.
I think so too. I think the thing is that Dory is pretty cynical, and you can tell that from the beginning of the film.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you remember? Because I kind of missed it because they explain like her relationship in college with.
She got married
in college.
Like in college pretty
years.
young.
Yeah.
And he had a drinking problem.
Okay.
And then they had Susan, aka Matilda.
Yeah.
And then he left her. So, I don't know how long it was.
And they didn't say why.
They did not say why. Just that he left her.
Yeah, so he's not dead.
No. She has a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, there's abandonment issues.
I think that if her husband died, she wouldn't have been that way. I think it is like an abandonment that made her who she is. Mm-hmm. So, Dory is very... And what's really sad is, like, you can tell Susan knows her mother is very no-nonsense because she even tells Santa, like, I would ask you for something that my mom would consider stupid. Like, there are presents that she has asked for that her mom has told her, like, oh, no, I'm not getting you that. That's something stupid. Yeah. Which is kind of sad. Because a kid should be a kid.
That shows a lot.
That shows that she wants...
That tells a lot about her childhood.
Have you... You probably never have. There's an animated movie called... Oh, I think you've made fun of it before. The Little Prince on Netflix. You don't have to see it, but...
Thank goodness.
Unless... Okay. The premise...
I already got to watch The Searchers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Yeah. The premise of it is very similar. They have it's a mother and daughter, and then they meet like a nice old man. It's not Santa, but it's the same kind of dynamic. Or do you believe
it's not Santa?
It's not Santa.
Okay.
He's not fat, and he doesn't look...
have a white beard.
He doesn't have a white beard. No. But... and the mom has like the whole life plan for her daughter, and she has like this giant calendar, and she's like, you're gonna study these days, you're gonna work on these hobbies these days, but all the hobbies are like things to advance her education.
Yeah, but like piano lessons.
Exactly. Piano and math. Latin, Spanish, like these are not fun hobbies. And so when the daughter asks for something like, think of like Barbie dolls or something like that, the mom is like, you don't need that. Here's a science kit. Like, that's kind of, like, in that movie, that's what I imagined that Susan and Dory go through. Where, not that she's planning her life to the T, but it's like, you should really apply yourself to something that will get you smarter than just something for fun.
Yeah, that's one way. I think about it, I thought about it as her asking for nice stuff like a pony or a Barbie doll, whatever. And she says, well, we don't know what reason, but, we could kind of make our own story. But I assume, like, her mother couldn't afford it or didn't want to waste money.
I mean, look at the apartment they're living in New York. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, so I guess she didn't want to waste money on it. And, yeah, I didn't get the impression that she had her whole life scheduled out. I guess you're saying that because she's a director of special events. But I feel like because she was neglecting the fun in her life, she naturally just gravitated to being like a no-nonsense businesswoman.
Exactly.
But and it could be either way.
She mentions that like she wants to spare her daughter from feeling like there's to believe in things that have a chance in failing. Mm-hmm. Like I think that's what along the vein of what she said. Mm-hmm. So I think she doesn't support things like, I don't know, like Barbies or dolls, like, because those are like things that you'll eventually grow out of. And she doesn't want to invest in things that her daughter will grow out of, even though those are things that make up a childhood.
Yeah, and speaking on that note as well, remember when Susan was talking with her mom after she's seen Kris Kringle twice now, and she's thinking,
maybe he is Santa.
Maybe he is Santa. And then they're having the back and forth. And then she says, can I have more time to think about it before I decide that he's not real?
Yeah. Right? That was so sad.
Yeah. And that's like
it's almost like asking the mom, can I be a child a little bit longer?
That's exactly how I read it.
Yeah.
Like, can I please be a kid just a little bit longer?
That's so sad.
Yeah.
I was getting real emotional.
But I think her mom was fair about it, honestly.
Yeah.
Because she said, yeah, okay. And then they spoke about, like, how can we decide if he's real or not? And she says, ask him for something that
you would never ask me for.
Yeah, you would never ask me for.
And if you get it on Christmas, he's real.
Yeah.
That's a good test.
Yeah,
for us
I thought that whole deal was great. I think the mom was very fair. I think the daughter was, rightfully curious and still wanted to be a kid. I thought that was great.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was real kind. That was a really good scene of conversation between a mother and a daughter.
Yeah. So that was awesome. She wasn't being like overbearing or anything. Like, no, that's stupid. Get that out of your head. Blah, blah, blah.
He's not real. Yeah. Like jamming that in. It was just like.
Like,
she even tells her, you can believe in whatever you want to believe.
That's true. She literally says that.
Yeah.
That was another good part of that discussion. Yeah. Like she wants you to believe whatever you want to believe.
Yep.
But yeah, that was cool. I want to get Brian into this a little bit too, because Brian was really good.
Brian is the MVP of this film.
Yeah, he's a Santa believer. We went over that.
Yep.
And
God-fearing man.
And he's always there for Dory and
Susan and Kris Kringle.
Yeah. And Kris Kringle.
Yeah.
Because he comes to his defense, as we went over. Now, we got to talk about the proposal thing.
So, do you really think that was their first date?
Yeah, I felt like it. Yeah.
I think he would go more out there for a first date.
More out there, like what?
I don't know. Like, the way he phrased it, he was like, you and I go on a date. But I think if he was actually asking her on a first date, it would be more straightforward.
How do you mean straightforward?
I don't know. Like the typical, I like you. Let's go on a date. I want to take you out sometime.
And how did he do in the movie?
In the movie, he was just like, I know a really good sitter, and why don't you and I go on a date? It seemed a little more casual.
So you think they've been dating
on and off, like casually?
Hmm.
Because why else would he let her, she let him take her daughter to go see Santa and babysit, unless he was kind of the not boyfriend.
I don't, honestly, for a little bit in the movie, I felt like she was taking advantage of him.
Oh, yeah. I felt that big time.
His emotional,
his interest in her.
Yeah.
He was already leaning full into this relationship, but she was seeing it. I think that they went probably out casually on dates when there was a major event or something. Yeah. And you know what? Let's get her a sitter. Cause she even had another sitter. She was like, it's too late for me to get Kaylee or whatever, mm-hmm. Callie. And he was like, oh, no. I know another sitter. So she has a backup that they probably used when they went out. So they probably were casually dating, but he was leaning full in, whereas she was thinking, This was...
Yeah, I'm not ready for anything
more
serious than this.
Exactly. And she never calls him a boyfriend. He's just somebody that goes on dates and watches her kid.
Yeah, babysitter /
date.
Entertainment every in
a while.
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would look better, I guess, if they dated a few times. But...
She was still using him. Because even if it was one date or many dates...
If they were dating casually over a year, we could say, would it still be using him?
She didn't make it clear that she was dating him casually because he felt inclined to propose. And then she hits him with that, did I ever give you the impression I wanted to get married?
Yeah. And that's what kind of confirmed it for me. Like, oh, was that the first date? Because if they were dating for a while, even if it wasn't consistently, if they were dating for a while, then... Yeah, she was giving that impression that they were going to be something.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think it would either... I think depending on how much they dated, it would be she's scared of commitment. And if they didn't date enough, it would be she was using him. Taking advantage of him. That's the way I saw it.
I think that Brian has proven that he's got a good head on his shoulders and he wouldn't propose on the first date.
You believe that?
I do. I'm on the Brian defense team.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because it was a pretty all-out date.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were in Times Square.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. They had a fancy dinner.
Yep.
What else did they do?
Holding hands, walking down the street.
Yeah.
Smooching.
Yeah. They kissed. I don't know if that was the first kiss.
It didn't look like a first kiss.
And then he proposes.
Yeah.
He doesn't get down on one knee.
That is the only knock against Brian, is that he didn't get down on one knee.
It's not that he's a Santa believer?
No.
And also a God-fearing man?
That's a plus.
What? That he believes in Santa?
That he's a God-fearing man.
I'm combining the two.
Hold up. Let's separate.
I said, it's not that he's a Santa believer. And you said, yeah, and a God-fearing man at the same time?
That's a plus.
That he believes in Santa.
That he believes in God.
And Santa.
I can work with Santa.
You believe in Santa too?
Yeah.
And that's okay?
That's fine.
Okay.
We can work with that.
You can knock it out of him?
You can knock that out of him, but it's really hard to knock the fear of God into him.
Yeah.
So he's got the foundation.
Well, I'm just saying, so you're okay with that for now until you fix him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're going to do a Rebecca style with Laurence Olivier.
Oh, you're going to...
we got to turn that...
gaslight him?
Turn that 9 into a 10.
Wow. That's a 9 right now?
Brian?
Yeah.
He's a 9.5.
Okay, until Santa is...
out of the picture.
Yeah, okay. All right, I have to get that clear.
Brian's a 9.5.
Oh, well, and also he's a non-kneeler, so...
He's a 9.
9.2.
He's I was ready to dock 0.5. He's a 9.
He's a 9.
You gotta kneel.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder why he did it like that.
How do you not kneel?
I don't know.
As a man, would you not kneel?
No, you gotta do it.
Yeah, okay.
You gotta do it.
You gotta. You didn't kneel.
No matter how much...
Maybe that's why she gave the ring back.
Yeah.
You didn't kneel.
Like, if I gave you the impression that I'm going to say yes to you without kneeling, then I don't know what kind of...
Then I'm giving you the wrong impression. Or you're reading me wrong.
Yeah. It was a nice ring, though.
It was a very nice ring.
It was humongous.
That's a ring that I wouldn't give back.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to say no, but let me hold on to
I'm going to say no, but thanks.
Yeah.
You a real one.
Yeah, but I think that's most of his character in the movie, right? Like, we went over... Like, he's just... overall, a great guy. Like, even jokes aside, he's just a great guy. He never really did anything wrong.
Kris Kringle even says something along the lines at the end of, "You're a true friend. You're one of my truest friends."
Yeah. Yeah. And they
I'm a friend of Santa.
That's what Brian sings, right? In the shower?
Yeah, that is.
While he's dyeing his hair.
That's what he sings on the way to the aisle as he was marrying Dory. He was like, "Santa, my man."
When Kris Kringle is walking Dory down the aisle, he's looking at Chris.
And tearing up.
Yeah.
He's so beautiful.
Da, 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 my man. You think Kris Kringle will go with the Santa outfit? Or?
Oh, yes.
Ho, 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 yeah.
And it's not like Here Comes the Bride. It's like he sees you when you're sleeping.
But it has to be the dramatic piano version of that.
You better watch out. And as he's walking, the
reindeer's already waiting in the front.
The reindeer is officiating the wedding.
No, it's the Easter Bunny. He's canon.
The Tooth Rat.
Yeah, Splinter, Master Splinter is officiating the wedding.
That's the best man. Is the Tooth Rat. Is the Tooth Rat.
Yeah, the Tooth Rat. True story.
This is what the movie Legends of the Guardians should have been about.
Added Tooth Rat. Don't forget Tooth Rat.
The Tooth Rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He really is. He took Susan around to meet Santa and cares for her. And
we gotta talk about the main man himself.
The main man?
Kris Kringle.
Kris Kringle.
Yeah.
I think we did a bit, but what else did you have on him?
The way that he, whether you believe he's Santa or not by the end of the film, there's no doubt about it. This guy's a sweet guy.
I thought you were going to say, no doubt about it, he's Santa. I'm a believer in that.
Then I saw his face. Now I'm a believer.
Sorry, Mom.
Tony said it for me. What he said.
Yeah.
So yeah. He's a sweet guy.
Yeah.
And he's Santa.
Now you said it. He's a sweet guy, and he's definitely Santa.
What can I say? I was wrong.
Can we put a picture of Carl?
I'll put that in the preview.
I didn't think Santa was real, but what can
I
say? I was wrong. I was wrong. They'll get it soon.
They will. They will. When the preview comes out.
All right. Well, I think we do both believe that he's in movie Santa.
Yes.
We established that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In this fictional world where Santa does exist, he is Santa.
Where he does exist, he
is Santa.
Okay.
Also a really sweet dude. I love that he loves kids, and I love the way he treats kids. I think
okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, that's one of the most heartwarming aspects of this movie. Even if you watch the movie in snippets or all together, the scenes where he is interacting with children are some of the most heartwarming scenes I've ever seen in movies. Even when he's talking to the little boy, he talks to him so intently, looks him in the eyes. Yep. He acknowledges him and is like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And he's like, "Well, I want like a polywag."
Yeah,
polywog.
I don't know.
Polywog. Yeah. Insert toy here. He goes, "But my mom won't get it for me." He's like, "Well, I'll make sure you get one." Like, he's very genuine. And then my favorite scene.
There's a couple.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking of two.
Okay. My favorite scene overall is when he talks to the deaf girl.
Yeah.
That's like... Yeah. I was tearing up. I should not have worn makeup when I saw that movie. Because it was painful.
I could have teared up if I was by myself watching it in my room. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I would have let the tears float. But in front of people, no, I gotta maintain an image.
I was not maintaining any images. I was emotional.
No, but yeah, that was beautiful because the mom comes with her daughter. And she tells her, like, you don't have to, like, she's deaf. You don't have to talk to her, right? Or what did you say?
You don't have to talk to her. She just wanted to see you.
Yeah, she just wanted to see you. She's deaf. She can't hear you.
And he's getting emotional. Yeah. Like, he's kind of like, and then he starts doing sign language, ASL.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I don't know if this little girl is really deaf or if she's an actress, but there's genuine joy on her face. When he starts signing to her and saying what he's signing to her and she signs back, absolutely amazing.
He's like, "You're a very beautiful young lady. What is your name?" And then she signs back,
Sammy.
Oh, Sammy, what a beautiful name.
Oh, yeah. And
then his eyes were watering.
Oh, yeah.
Talking to her.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
her face never stopped smiling.
She was all bright. Like, that is the image of somebody's face brightening up and absolute joy. That was captured right there in that film. And
then when her mom comes to get her daughter, she's so excited and smiling big. And Susan got to see that happen too. Yeah. Susan was in the back.
She was in awe. She was like, that's gotta be Santa.
That was amazing. I did love that scene. And I would say that's my favorite scene as well too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so good. That's the kind of childlike whimsy and wonder that Susan still wants.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right? And that she hasn't really had.
Nope.
Because they've established since the beginning that she's a very logical for a little kid. Like she says, like how much the parade costs.
That's a very accurate word to describe
like she's always
Susan.
about the facts and like just the way things are. You know, nothing more than that. No imagination. Nothing further than that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she felt that way in the movie, but seeing that interaction happen between them, it definitely changed. It gave her like a different idea of what she could be a part of, or like where her life could be, and you know, like there's more.
I think she wanted to be the little girl sitting on Santa's lap, and experiencing that joy.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, I guess, like, I put myself in her shoes of you're seeing someone your exact same age, and there's not much separating you from experiencing that. It's just your state of mind and what you believe in, and so she's over here thinking like, you know, and that's the thing too. Her wish for Christmas was she wanted a family. And part of that was a happiness to it because she sees her own life as like she's lacking something that increases that joy factor. Mm-hmm. So seeing that little girl go through and experience this immense joy and feeling like a child. She's seeing a child act like a child and she knows she's still a child. So to see that, she's like, I want that. And I think that that's like the big reason that leads to the scene of, can I keep believing a little longer?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say she's never had anything like that. And she's never thought of anything like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like toys, I don't know if any toys interest her.
She has no, like, I saw her room and it doesn't have any toys. She has a couple of stuffed animals, but...
It doesn't have Star Wars posters.
No Star Wars posters.
It has
no Power Rangers or Transformers.
Yeah, it has no Gundam model kits.
She's not a kid.
It has no cool keyboard that looks like a typewriter.
Are you saying I'm a child?
So the second scene that I was going to mention that I liked is when they were already having his trial. Uh-huh. And they bring the little kid up to speak.
Yeah.
Right?
And the little boy, right?
Yeah, the little boy.
Yeah.
Forgot his name, but he's there to...
Daniel?
Maybe. I don't know. Wouldn't be able to confirm it.
Okay.
But yeah, Brian is asking him, you know, like, who's that sitting over there? He's like, that's Santa.
That's Santa.
Why is that? Oh, because he looks like Santa. And it's a very innocent question, very innocent answers. But I love the whole time, during that scene, you could see his face, Kris Kringle. He's just so happy. He's just loving, hanging on to every word
that kid is saying.
Giving him all his attention.
Yeah.
And this isn't even like, oh, he's saying the right things or anything. He's like, I love the purity in this boy's heart.
Yes.
And the way he's talking. And he's just like smiling the whole time, looking at him. That's awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
The spirit of Christmas.
Right? I love it.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
And that wasn't the only time. That's just every time he's talking to kids.
Yep.
He's always
his whole face. He lights up. Like the kids light up and he lights up. He loves talking to kids.
Yeah. And then with the adults, he's just caring and inspiring.
He's like the nice old man that gives you good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love all that about him.
I think he overthrew Brian as my favorite character.
During this talk, did he just
During this talk right now, in this moment, talking about the kids. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
That old Kris Kringle.
Yeah. Comes in first. Brian is a very close second.
Brian is a 9.5, but Kris Kringle is a solid 10.
I thought it was a 9.
Brian is a 9.
Because he doesn't kneel.
He doesn't kneel.
Yeah.
Brian is a 9.
I bet Kris Kringle would.
I bet Kris Kringle didn't even hesitate.
I bet he kneeled to Mrs. Claus.
Oh, you know he did. You know he did. There's a reason she's been around this long.
Yeah.
She loves him because he kneeled.
I believe it.
Yeah. Kris Kringle knows. He knows what's up.
Yeah. But Man, it is kind of... Man, so heartwarming to watch that.
It really was.
It is a good Christmas movie.
It's a great Christmas movie. I like the way they kind of tie it in at the end with the whole, like, the concept of in God we trust. How the principle of it all. It, whether you believe in God or not and whether you believe in Santa Claus or not, there are still certain undeniable facts that are founded upon questionable facts, depending on who you ask. So currency is distributed saying, in God we trust. Whether you believe in God or not, you still use that currency. So just like whether you're an adult or a child that does or does not believe in Santa Claus, you can't deny that there is a foundation of beliefs around Santa Claus.
Yeah, I feel like the judge's final decision was based around that you have to have some sort of faith.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you get something different from that, or was it like...
I feel like, in layman's terms, there's nothing wrong if he believes that he is or isn't Santa.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong if even the judge believes that he is or isn't Santa. And just like how there's nothing wrong if, like what he's saying, like, there's like if the government can place their trust and belief in God and there are people who don't believe in God, then he can rule that Santa exists even though there are people who don't believe in Santa. That's kind of how I took it.
I like the way it was done too.
With little Matilda?
Yeah, little
giving
Matilda.
Giving him $1?
Yeah.
A bribe?
A bribe.
A bribe.
That was funny.
Even though he...
Circle the in God we trust.
He states, like, this young lady has given me $1, which will shortly be returned to her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not accepting this bribe.
Yeah.
But just the simple ink of a Sharpie on it.
Yeah. And in the end, just to satisfy anyone's curiosity, Brian and Dory do get together.
Yep.
We could say they form a family. That's what they imply.
Yeah.
They're together. Susan wakes up Christmas morning and she sees that Dory, her mother, accepted the ring.
Yeah.
So they're definitely a thing.
They got married.
Yeah, where the
at the end when they get the house.
Yeah.
Her coworker is like, "Oh, this is your Christmas bonus." Like Mr. Kringle said, you and your husband wanted a house.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, and then again, that adds to did Santa do this? Or,
was it just the nice old guy?
Exactly. Because that could have had no relation to him at all, to Kris Kringle. But Susan got what she wanted as well. She didn't
get a dog. She kind of forgot the dog.
She forgot the dog. She only mentioned it one time at the dinner table.
I would not have forgotten the dog.
Maybe she kind of just said it, like, offhand. She's like, oh, usually in the movies I watch, there's a dog, there's a brother,
there's a dad, there's a house.
Yeah. Brian could be our dad.
Yeah. And the mom
or
was
Mr.
like,
Bedford, whatever.
Mr. Lawyer.
I think it is Bedford.
Brian Bedford?
I think it is 2 B's.
BB?
Yeah. But... yeah, so she gets...
We got a BB and a KK.
And a S... Wait, KK? Oh, Kris Kringle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was going to say the
Double
SS.
K.
No, SW.
SW.
Well, SB. SB.
SB.
Right?
We need a U in there.
Yeah. Ursula, Susan, Bedford.
USB.
Yeah.
Universal Serial Bus.
That's
what
that stands for.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome, guys. You learned something.
Fun fact.
During this Christmas episode, you're going to be learning.
I'm graduating with an IT degree, and I'm flexing that on you people.
Let's not forget, yeah. And also with a golden tassel.
A rust-colored tassel.
A rust-colored tassel.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Am I going to self-report again?
I think we mentioned it.
I don't know if I have.
I mentioned it.
Oh, okay.
I mentioned it. If anybody heard it.
If anybody heard it, then you know why I have a rust-colored tassel.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if those two correlate. I just found out that it correlated yesterday.
I found out it correlated today. Well, anyway. So, yeah, I think, unless you have anything more to add to the movie.
It's a great movie. You can watch it on HBO Max.
Is that where we saw it?
We saw it on HBO Max.
All right.
Is that where we saw it?
I don't know. You just press play.
I did press play. You were eating popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I missed some scenes because I was crunching a lot.
I was crunching a lot, but I was paying attention. Yeah. I was just reaching back and grabbing bags.
Me too. I was paying attention. I just missed some stuff, just like her
name.
No, the relationship with the father and what happened with the father.
Yeah.
Like that. That's what I missed. But that's about it.
The movie was good. You know, we're not. I'm not using my computer because then you're gonna hear like that.
Yeah.
But
well, you want to look something up?
The Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, okay, sure.
I cannot imagine it's low. There's no way any reviewer could watch this movie and give it.
Well, we saw John Q was incredibly low, and I don't know how.
I mean, there's some plot holes in John Q.
Yeah, but not enough to make it a bad movie.
Also, I didn't have time to say this last time about John Q, but it is kind of weird that they're like, oh, God is going to make a way, like as if he's orchestrating the death of that girl, and that's how the little boy got a heart. Like, if you really wanted to put some thought...
Oh, if you wanted to think about it like that?
Think into how they were rationalizing it.
Yeah.
It can be a little... But, so, like, there, and then plus, you know, a lot of people were criticizing the whole morality of holding up a hospital, even though, yes, your son is dying. But, yeah, I can see why John Q might have gotten a lower score on the critics board.
No, but that was crazy low.
Yeah, I mean...
That was way too low.
It wasn't rotten, was it? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, then yeah. I don't think it should be rotten.
Yeah.
I would have given it like a 50.
That's rotten.
That's not rotten. I thought rotten is anything below a 50.
No. Is anything below like a 60 or 65.
Okay, well, I wouldn't... Whatever is right above rotten, I would have given it that. It's not rotten.
Okay.
It's just not certified fresh.
Okay.
All right. 1994 Miracle on 34th Street. What do you think? Critics.
I feel like I might have kind of saw it.
Okay, well then spitball what you thought you saw.
I thought I saw 90s.
No. You were seeing it reversed. Upside down.
It's 60.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What?
It's 60 on critics.
Really?
And audience is not that different.
61.
One more.
2?
62.
What?
Yeah.
We're watching terrible movies, Caroline.
What kind of podcast are we running
I don't
here?
even enjoy this movie anymore. Wow.
Now that the critics have told me that it's 60%.
Yeah, I gotta change my opinion on that.
Oh my goodness. What's crazy is that this movie is considered better than the original, which is the 40s, but the originals, the 40s, has a better Rotten Tomato score. It has a 96 and an 87.
Wow, that's way better.
Yeah, maybe we should have watched that one.
Yeah, we saw the wrong one.
No, I did love Brian. I loved Brian a little too much. That was a 9 out of 10, man.
I like Kris Kringle.
Kris Kringle was good.
And we got Matilda.
Yeah, we did get Matilda. I like Matilda more.
That's
I would have
so
watched
weird.
It for
that
Matilda.
Is really low.
And anytime I look up this film, and like I was in the IMDb doing a couple like research about it, the director, the composer, things like that. All of the reviews on IMDb are like, oh, easily one of the best remakes. This movie improved upon the old one. Like, I was like, oh, okay, so general conception is that this is better. This one is the better version, but critics on Rotten Tomatoes don't agree.
We gotta stop mentioning them now.
Oh.
I think they've been too inconsistent.
Too inconsistent?
Yeah.
We've been disagreeing with them too much.
Yeah, they're irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
It is a nice point for comparison.
I guess so.
Where's that IMDb?
You gonna check that too?
I'm gonna check some of the goofs.
IMDb is usually lower. It's hard to get a high rating on IMDb.
I like IMDb because they include trivia. And trivia is always pretty neat. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, did you know the director of this movie is the same director as Flubber? Have you seen Flubber?
I did know that because you told me while we watched the movie.
I did.
I'm not going to pretend when you didn't tell me that.
You're not telling me I'm trying to run a show here. And it'd be nice if you could just roll with some stuff every now and then.
I'm going to run an honest show here. I'm going to say, oh, really?
Can we cut that?
Ain't that something?
Can we put that where, Tony, did you know that the director of this movie was the director of Flubber?
I'm going to edit it, so I'm going to leave it all in.
And the composer of this movie is the same composer as Homeward Bound. That's a pretty good movie.
Okay, you did find that out on your own.
I did.
Yeah.
Homeward Bound is a pretty good movie.
Are you sure? Because when you check Rotten Tomatoes, it's probably going to be like 30.
I don't care what Rotten Tomatoes says.
Yeah, we're done with that.
It's a good movie.
We're not even sponsored by them. So
we're not sponsored by Rotten Tomatoes.
Cut that out.
You're not going to cut it out.
No, I'm saying cut Rotten Tomatoes out.
A future episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Where's that trivia? But that's the trivia where I found out that like Macy's didn't want to be included in the movie, and
all right, we'll support IMDb then.
We'll support IMDb.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like any interesting. Oh wait, his name is Brian Bedford. You're right.
See, sometimes I pay attention.
So apparently, there's quite a lot of tie-ins between this movie and Home Alone because it was a John Hughes production,
right?
And John Hughes. Production did Home Alone.
Yeah.
So, like, the toys that are mentioned in this movie are toys that you'll find in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, when he goes into the toy store.
Oh.
So, I think
in the same universe.
Yes, but maybe...
The New York verse.
Maybe different... Well, no. When did Home Alone come out? What year?
19...
It must be early 90s.
Yeah.
So, maybe it is the same universe because Kevin lives in Chicago, right? And
I think so.
This happens in New York. So maybe it is the same universe.
Yeah. Yeah. But then in the second one, he goes to New York.
He does go to New York.
Buys those toys.
FAO Schwartz style.
But he never goes by the Shoppers Express.
Nope.
Or Kohl's.
That
would have been cool.
Yeah.
If they had a Kohl's.
He does go to Trump Tower, which is something.
And he sees Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, he does.
Pre-presidency.
Pre-anything.
Pre-relevance?
You're fired.
Celebrity Apprentice?
That's what it is. Celebrity Apprentice. Yeah.
Is it?
I hope so.
So how's he getting in movies before...
He's rich?
Being on TV in general.
He's rich?
Okay.
I don't know the timeline of this guy. I do know the timeline of Christmas, and that is that it's next week.
Don't tell him that.
What? Oh, that's right, because this episode comes out on Sunday. It's this week. Now you're playing with the waveforms.
Now I gotta be honest with this part.
I thought we were running an honest podcast. What are you trying to do to me?
Alright. Okay. Is there anything else that we missed from this movie?
No.
No?
No, I'm trying to think of anything.
I think we covered it all. Or what we wanted to cover.
Yeah. There's a really nice scene. You know what? We were talking about this too. How can we prove that he is Santa Claus? That scene where he talks to the lawyer at the end of the movie. Where he's like, oh, and counselor, can you like repair that TV antenna? I almost ripped my pants on it last year. Or like I ripped my pants on it last year.
Oh, yeah.
And he looks at him like,
yeah.
How did you know about that?
Didn't he also say something about a family member of his? Didn't he give some detail that no one really would have known? Did I get that right or understand that right? I feel like he mentioned something about maybe like a son or daughter of his. And he mentioned a detail that no one else would have known unless you were there at his house or something. Was it something like that?
I can't remember that specifically. I just remember the TV antenna bit.
Okay. Man, maybe there is something that proves that he's Santa. Yeah, the real Santa.
The real Santa.
Wow.
In the Miracle on 34th Street universe.
Well, we don't know because the movie just taught us that he could be the real Santa.
In the Miracle on 34th Street universe.
Because he hides himself as a fake Santa.
In the Miracle on 34th Street universe.
He's a real Santa playing a fake Santa. So maybe he could be a real Santa playing a fake Santa. Playing a real Santa.
Yeah, finish it.
Playing a fake Santa in this movie.
In the Miracle on 34th Street universe.
Yeah, I think we covered it. I think this is all. That's it.
Okay, I think we can end it.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody.
And look forward to the next episode.
This is your time of year now.
Yeah. Wait, are you talking to them or me?
I was talking to them, but you too.
Okay. Yeah, you too. It's your time of the year as well.
Mine passed already.
No, it's not.
4th of July.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So enjoy it, guys.
It's coming up.
Enjoy it. It's a very beautiful time of the year.
Yeah, it is. It's the most beautiful time of the year. We can't sing the rest because then we'll get copyrighted.
No, I don't believe that. If we find a song, we're going to go through with it.
I mean, we did go with I'm a Believer, so.
No. Who's going to take us now? Who's going to take us now?
You'll be surprised.
Nah, I don't believe it. But yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're with family and friends that you want to be with.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to this episode. I would like to do maybe a bonus episode or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we'll see.
We'll see.
I don't know. But, yeah, in the meantime, this was a good conversation.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye.